Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday to you. And just in case you weren't sure what that was, it is National Linguini Day, everybody. And so, of course, we had to throw a little Italian emphasis in there. I've never really had linguini. I don't know if it's good or not. We'll have to talk to our guest today and see if he's had it, see if it's any good. Hey, listen, we're here for episode 141 of Standing Out, a daily podcast about sales, marketing, and leadership. So excited to have you with us today. We've had an incredible week of shows, everybody. If you didn't catch the shows earlier in this week, make sure you go back and check them out, especially when you think about who we had on Tuesday. We had Brent Orsuga and Charlie Safro, just an absolutely incredible show talking about what's going on in the labor market. Had Jory Myers on Monday, Matt McClellan. That was a really fun show yesterday. We talked about hang gliding and some other cool stuff that he's doing. My good friend Robert Cadena is going to be on the show here in just a minute today. And then tomorrow, we're going to talk to Kyle Provost from Broker Carrier. So an incredible week of shows this week. But before we bring on Robert, I want to make sure we give a shout out to our sponsor, the TAFs, the good guys in freight factoring, helping carriers and owner operators keep those wheels turning by providing cash flow resources as well as discounts on fuel, tires, and all the resources on insurance and dispatching and other needs that they have. Check them out at tafs.com, or to make it easier on yourself, just click on the link that Ruth's going to put into the comments today, and it'll take you right to my landing page with TAFs so that they know that I sent you and get some credit for it. But definitely check out TAFs for the good guys in freight factoring and helping keeping those carriers on the road. And if you are behind the wheel of a truck, thank you. It is Driver Appreciation Month, but here at Beta Consulting Group at Standing Out, it is Driver Appreciation Day every day of the year. We appreciate what you guys are doing, keeping our economy moving. Appreciate all that you guys are doing, sacrificing so much to bring us the goods that we have. So appreciate that. Also, if you get a chance, make sure you go check out our swag store. Got some great items over there, some standing out items, some word on the street items. We want you to be a part of our community of people pursuing excellence. So pick up some swag. And because it's September, and that is the month that the Kansas City Chiefs absolutely dominate the NFL, our coupon code this month is GO Chiefs, and you can get 25% off your entire order. So go pick up some swag. Make sure you take a picture of it. Send us a video when you have it. We love people being a part of our community, and we appreciate the support that you guys have. All right, everybody, we got a great show today. I'm so excited to bring on my guest today. We've known each other for almost, well, not quite 10 years, but quite a while, probably 7 years or so, 7 or 8 years. And I got to watch this guy grow his company from the beginning, and even had a chance to be a part of the organization for a while and experience it from the inside, which was awesome. And he is now the CEO of an organization that has 8,000 employees over at Lean Solutions Group. So everybody, please get up for my good friend joining us today, Robert Cadena. Robert, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, Trey? How are you doing? How you been? All good?
It is good to have you on the show, my friend.
Thank you for inviting me. Appreciate that.
How's everything down in South Florida going?
It's good. A lot of rain every afternoon. Every afternoon it rains, but good. Just I can't complain about the weather. Not in Florida.
I got to tell you, as someone from the Midwest who has not spent any time in South Florida, much time that is, I was surprised by that when I would come down there, that it rained, in the summer so much. I had no idea, but it's the price you pay for some good weather in the winter, I guess.
Absolutely.
Which is awesome. All right. So for those who don't know who you are, although most people do, but for those that don't, give us a quick 30-second rundown of who you are and what's going on over at Lean Solutions.
Sure. So I am the co-founder and CEO of Lean Solutions Group. Just a background, I had my own transportation brokerage, and I started growing my team in Colombia. I'm Colombian American, originally from Colombia, so that was a perfect spot for us to start. And we grew our team, and we saw the possibility of becoming a business, and we started offering other transportation and logistics companies the possibility of setting up satellite offices out of Colombia. We now expanded into Guatemala, Philippines, and before the end of the year, we're going to be in Mexico. So excited about that one.
Yeah, a lot of great things. And this is also the ending, or the coming to the end of the 10-year anniversary of Lean, which is awesome. Yes. Celebrating a decade, which is cool. Had some great celebrations at the Mastermind earlier in February, which that's coming up again real soon. Yep. Just a lot of great things that are happening. How many employees are you guys up to now? I think it's over 8,000, somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's last count, I think it was 8,130, if I'm not mistaken. And I think we're on track to be at around 10,000 towards the end of the year. So exciting to see how many companies have really taken this in and made it their own. And, they don't consider doing business with Lean, but with their team in Colombia. And some of our clients actually made their team in Colombia a branch within the organization, which is pretty insane that they actually did that. And now they're just any other office they would have in the US. It was pretty cool to see that, how it's grown from just, do these processes to actually this is my team and this is what I want for my team.
Which was the original idea altogether, was creating a
Correct.
satellite office in Colombia. So they've really kind of captured that vision that you had for it. Let's go back. You're a man of vision and a man with big goals, but let's just go back to the beginning a little bit. Did you ever think it was going to get to this size, or 10,000? Thinking about this as realistic?
Realistically, I thought we were going to get there, but it would take us a lot more years than what it has occurred.
Yeah.
I think pandemic had a lot to do with that. The opportunity of people having to work with people that had to work from home, I think it gave us the opportunity to come in and say, hey, if you're doing this, might as well give them a great function to that employee you have in the US and try this in a satellite office in Colombia or Guatemala. And that's how this whole process got started. But definitely wasn't planning on getting this big, this fast, which it's a task on its own, right? How to scale, how to grow, how to maintain management to assure that we're providing our customers, our initial customers and our new customers coming in with top quality employees, top quality management, and top quality processes, which is what we stand out for.
Yeah, so let's go back to the beginning, and I got a little surprise for you today. Let's go back and talk about the beginning
Oh no.
of the journey. So I have a little picture that I think we should show of like the very beginning. This is
Oh,
the first office, I think, Robert. I think that's the first one. Talk a little bit about that guy and what you were thinking at that time as the company was just getting off the ground 10 years ago.
well, you and I discussed this, right? How hard it is to start a business. I probably had no more than $800 in my pocket when I started out. It was called Chain Express, and I went on my own right after college. I worked at a warehouse for DB Schenker, but it was driving forklift, doing a ton of stuff. But I learned the business inside out while working in a warehouse, and then decided, well, I'm going to try my luck with brokerage, and it was mostly LTL because that's what I focused my attention on. And then I started getting negotiating rates and came up with the TMS. But it's going back, it's really scary. It's a scary time for you to when you're starting that process, not knowing if it's going to work. And I did go through a ton of ups and downs and learned a lot from that experience on itself. But I think that's where I got all my knowledge in transportation. And then, like I said, as I started to grow, I said, I need to figure out a way to keep growing. And without money, it's hard to do. So having people in Colombia to do the same processes, that what helped me grow my company. It wasn't a huge company, but it did give me all the tools for me to kind of position myself where I am today.
Yeah, in that first company, you might have thought, well, this is my thing, this is going to be it. But that was just the preparation, the learning for what you're doing now.
Yeah.
And Kevin Berger, by the way, shout out to Kevin, says young Jeff Bezos. I like it. I like it. There you go. I love that. Yeah. What were some of the emotions to think about that, and what was it that helps you get over maybe the hump, or some people lack courage. I know I struggle with that a little bit in terms of starting a business. Some people that way. What helped you get over the hump emotionally and to make it happen, to start that initial business, which I'm sure gave you a ton of confidence to start Lean? This is the second one you had.
Yeah, the lean is the easy one because you already went through that process. The hard one is the first one you get started. I think you have to go all in when you start as an entrepreneur. You just got to go all in. One thing that I was very specific about is, I was married at the time, and what we decided was one of us has to bring a fixed income for the other one to go out and do all the crazy stuff. And during a lot of years, it was very hard. I did one of my biggest mistakes. I got one huge account and it became around 70% of my business. And then when they left, it was a huge downfall because you're growing and you're going, all right, I'm doing everything okay. And then you hit that and then you start going down and you go, what did I do? Where did I go wrong? What could I have done better? So I think everything I learned from those mistakes during that time is what I applied to Lean Solutions, and I think it shows in just the way I've tasked all management team to do what they do. It's hard for me to say that I am the one that built this. The whole team in Colombia built this. Like our management team, you met them when you went down there. They're just absolutely amazing at what they do, and they've helped grow this business. When I think year and a half during COVID, I couldn't go to Colombia. They actually were the ones that that help grow the business and expand the business. So shout out to them.
Yeah,
They're
no,
just
absolutely.
amazing.
They're amazing down there. I would agree with that completely. But I want to go back to that. When you talked about all the mistakes you made in that first business, because those mistakes don't happen, and that learning doesn't happen if you don't have the courage to start and to try.
I agree.
And I think that was
100%.
critical that you were saying, let's jump in, let's see what happens. And the support of your wife, man, that is also critical too. I think sometimes, as men especially, sometimes we just want to jump right in and do something. But man, without the support of our partner, it can be pretty rough. And you had obviously a great, partner to support you in that and make sure it worked. But again, those mistakes just don't happen. Those lessons don't get taught to you unless you are willing to try.
Correct.
You
You
know?
got to take the plunge. It's not going to work out. It's going to be horrible. You're going to go through bad times, but then you're going to go ahead. And like you said, the wife, and I know for you to start in beta consulting is not easy. The fact that you have a wife telling you, go ahead, go forward, go.
It was
And for
huge. It was
many years,
everything.
sometimes
Yeah.
it didn't work. It's easy for them to say, you know what, just stop this. Just go over there, take a job, and that's it. We'll live a normal life. But for entrepreneurs, it's just never the case. Never going to stop.
Well, and I think that was the for us at least, that was kind of the transition that took place, is that I think it just took her a while to become okay with the risk as well, and
Can
to just
imagine.
kind of and just say, you know what, let's do that. And I think she also, part of, and we've talked about this as well, part of me as a creator, you want to create things, you want to do things, you want to kind of steer the ship. And again, if it's not your ship to steer, it's just awkward, right? And
It's
so
awkward.
it's nice to have a ship that I'm steering now. And I got to say, I appreciate your support tremendously, and everybody at Lean. The 2 years that I spent there, I learned so much that helped make this possible. And with
I
your
appreciate
leadership,
that.
your guidance, and everybody that I got to work with there, that's why this happens. And your support, you guys supporting what I'm doing is so appreciative on this side. So
Appreciate it.
really
Appreciate
appreciate it.
those words as well, Trey.
All right, so let's talk about something real quick I want to jump into, and that is, you're leading a growing team. It's scaling like crazy. It is so hard to maintain culture when you're scaling. How have you guys been able to do that, both in Colombia, but also the office in Florida has grown tremendously. The sales team has grown tremendously. The C-suite has grown tremendously. How have you guys managed to maintain the culture during that incredible hyper growth you've experienced?
I have this theory that culture is not made. It basically comes from the top that have a good heart. And that's basically what it is. If you have good people running the company, you're going to have an amazing company. That no matter what, the way you treat, like I treated my original management team, now they're treating others. So if you go and I have my COO that was my first employee, how I treated them is the way he treats his senior vice presidents, and then his vice presidents treat their directors and directors. So it's something that trickles down, and it's not, you can't make it up. Like I see a lot of companies talking about we have a great culture that we've just created. You can't create that culture. It's something that comes natural. And I get a lot of, wow, this is such a human component to this company. There's such a big human component. How did you do that? I didn't do anything. I think it's just good people, hiring other good people. And I put myself in the position of, if I'm sitting at this desk, would I do my job no matter what they're doing in Colombia? So getting them great spaces to work, it's not because it'll look cool. It's because I put myself, if I were to work in that desk, what would I think? And if I were to work in this office, how cool would it be if I had this and that? And so it's always, getting on somebody else's shoes and figure out what would be the best way, what would keep me happy working at this company. And I think that's what we've done. Nothing special about that, except that everybody treats everybody well, and we try to give them as much benefits and much things as possible, not for retention purposes, but because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, and the retention comes naturally as a result of that. And I'll tell you this, I was so impressed once I started to meet some of the management team down in Colombia on some of my trips down there, that they were the original employees. Danny Moreno's, those people, they were there from the very beginning. And again, that speaks volumes to you as a leader and to the culture, that you have people who have been ride or die with you from the very beginning.
That's right.
And again, that speaks volumes to what you've created, which is really cool.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
All right.
And we're going to continue to do that.
It's hard. Yeah.
As you grow and scale, but we actually managed to keep the culture even during pandemic. So we were onboarding remotely, we were training remotely, but still to that event, they saw us as, you're not a number. You come in here, my door is always open. Still to this day, Trey, I send out birthday emails to all my employees. which is, I've been told by everybody I shouldn't be doing that, but that's something that's natural in me. I think it's a very special day for somebody. And if they get an email from the CEO of the company, just wishing them a happy birthday, and they get to interact with the CEO, I think speaks volume of to what it is today. And obviously it takes me a little bit of a while.
Yeah.
And some, I get a list of the people that have birthdays. Some of them are not on that list. So it's not the whole staff, but anybody that's in that list that wants to get an email from me, then they're getting it.
Yeah, it's a much more significant lift nowadays than it was, 5 years ago or so, 2 a day versus
100%.
25 a day or whatever it might be. So
Absolutely.
it's pretty crazy. No, it's awesome what you guys have built and just continue to kind of reinvent yourselves in ways, going to the Philippines and now, going to Mexico and whatever else you're going to do next. It's just been incredible to see that. One thing I've also want to touch on, we talked about this a little bit beforehand in the green room, is, what you guys do with clients is unparalleled in my opinion, in terms of how you interact with clients, the relationships that you've built with clients. Talk about why that's so important for your organization, to make sure that clients, there's a really strong relationship, and not just a business relationship, but also many times a friend, personal relationship.
Absolutely. I think, if you ask me what the hardest struggle was to get this started, was getting people to trust Colombia, to go to Colombia and spend some time in Colombia. For me, that was
that's only got to take like one trip there, right? Only one
It
trip
takes one
changes that,
trip,
right?
2.5 hours, and you're done. This is in a beautiful country, beautiful people.
It's
So
amazing.
it's about, obviously Netflix and some of the bad publicity of Narcos and some of the things. What am I to expect when I go to Colombia? But the moment they land, like you said, one of the things we wanted to do is for them to feel extremely safe, and for them to feel like they're visiting their own office. So we created a concierge team in Colombia that takes care of the flights, getting them there, try to get them to customs fast. We have vehicles waiting for them. They take them to the office. They get a gift bags. And we just, for everything there in Colombia, they have somebody right next to them to share that experience. And I think that creates that whole culture from integrating the customer in the US with their employees in Colombia or Guatemala or wherever they may be. So we're going to continue to do that, and we keep growing that team because it's such an immense a process where they go and they go to Colombia and they experience that for the very first time. I love when that happens. So I used to do that. I was the concierge team. Now we have experts that know how to do that in hotels and all that stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't take long for people to realize that Colombia is an incredible place. Shout out to our friend Brian Obashan in the comments from Art Express, who's been down there as well. But you go down there, you feel very safe. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to put you on the spot. I know you're from Colombia, and you really can't answer this question, but which city is your favorite city in Colombia?
Oh, I have zero doubt. Like I have two. The favorite is because it's different, right? So it's Medellin and Cartagena. Medellin is just insanely beautiful, but I got to stick with the coast of Colombia. So, you get to go to the beach, you get to go out to the islands on boats. So I like Cartagena. It's my favorite city. And then followed by very close by Medellin with just a different type of atmosphere.
Yeah. I go opposite. I like Medellin.
you're
That's my
opposite.
favorite. Yeah, I love the weather there and the mountains and the culture. I'm not really a beach person. I'm not like a
Well,
coastal
yeah.
person. It's too humid for me. I can't handle it. The weather to me is worth it. I love Medellin, love the culture, love being there. But Cartagena, the history of it, it's an amazing place to be. And if you haven't been there, you got to go there. But no shade to Bucaramanga or Bogota or Barranquilla. Those are all great places too. But
100%. Nothing against. You said
Medellin's
the
my
favorite,
second.
but
Yeah, Medellin's my second home, without
yeah,
a doubt. It's
yeah.
I love it
I
down there,
love
so that's
that
great.
place.
That's awesome. All right, so let's get back to the client stuff, because again, that's really valuable. And I kind of cut you off, but you were saying at the beginning that was one of the hardest parts, was getting people to go to Colombia to do that. But go ahead and pick up where you were left off on that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that the moment they go to Colombia and they really meet the people down there and they meet their team members, it just creates a different vibe immediately. So we try to, like I said, the concierge team is part, but getting them at that place where they feel comfortable is what we've been really good at. And when you came in, I remember you said, it's every company I go to, everybody has great things to say about lean and the events and some of the things that you do. And again, we're just trying to figure out, if I go to Colombia and I'm a client, what would I like to get the moment I land? And just giving them that and red carpet the red carpet experience, I think it just creates that bond, that special bond.
Yeah, and I had that every time that I went. I mean, not only the clients, but we got that as well. I mean, car pickup, great hotel. I mean, it was always top notch, which I think is incredible. Matt Zimmer, he's a
Exactly.
client. It was said it was important to go to Colombia as well. Yeah, I mean, being down there, it just
Oh yeah.
changes everything. That's for sure. But that's not it. I mean, you guys do a lot more than just getting people to Colombia. That's obviously very important. Get them down there to see their teams, to be a part, make sure those teams know that they're a part of the overall team, which is critical. But on top of that, the things that you guys do here in the States, whether it's going to visit clients, having some regional events, like we took some clients to the Cubs game at one point recently. We got the mastermind event every year. Talk about why those things are also really valuable, what they do for the business and for your clients.
Of course, after the going to Colombia is one thing, but we also wanted to tender to our customers here. So we created a new division. It's a customer success team managed by Josh, and
Shout out Josh
it's
Bailey.
been amazing.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, Josh Bailey. So it's been amazing because we've been able to go to customers and say, "Is it working?" And they say, "Yeah, it's working, but it needs a little bit of help." So we've been traveling all over the U.S. When we go to places, we try to figure out events that are outside any of the shows that go on. So there's all these shows, transportation and logistics shows, which are a great place to network, but we always have our own event. So anybody that's out there that wants to go to that event, we usually go all out on the events and make sure that we go to cool places and events that nobody's done. So I know the first one we did here in the U.S. was the golf outing with Camilo Villegas. So he hit the balls with a lot of our clients. They love that. We've done golf tournaments. Our mastermind event is insane in February. Our clients go and prospects are welcome to come as well, just so they can talk to other clients and see what's going on. But we do, like you said, we have driving luxurious automobiles. We have shooting guns, the casino nights, just a ton of things, and we try to make sure that we show them how much they mean to us and how much we appreciate their business and their support. Because at the end of the day, we can build it, but it's their support helping us, through that process and getting it to a par. So we deal with with each company as this is your satellite office. We're running it together, and this is what we can create if we move forward. So I think that's all Compass and comes together uniquely.
Yeah, well, I've seen it firsthand. I mean, we took clients to the baseball game down in Dallas for the McLeod User Conference. We've done other activities.
Yeah, that's right.
The Mastermind event is a can't miss event every year. It's tremendous. It just keeps getting
100%.
a little better every year, and better facilities, better speakers, all those kind of things. It's just been tremendous to see that, and to see the reaction from clients who they can feel that they're appreciated from things like this, because they're not paying to come to the Mastermind. They're paying for their travel and all that. But like, this is something you guys invest in to tell clients that they're valuable. And I think whenever or companies do that, it just hits differently. It just hits so much differently. And you guys are tremendous. One of the best that I've seen doing that. So kudos to you guys on that. Keep it up. And I'm excited to be at the Mastermind event in February. It's gonna be fun. All right.
Well,
So we have.
Yeah, so.
We are. It's going to be great. So we've got a couple segments, new segments we got to do. So first of all, I mentioned earlier, it's National Linguini Day. Are you an Italian food lover?
Me?
You? Yeah. Do you like Italian?
That will be my wife. My wife.
That's her. She's Italian.
She loves her Italian palate.
So you tolerate the Italian restaurants for your wife. You go and take her out every once in a while.
I do. No, listen. I enjoy an Italian restaurant here and there, but not to do some publicity. But Colombian food is just amazing. So
Colombian food is amazing.
I stick to that one.
Yeah.
It's really
Colombian
good.
sushi,
and that's why I get
best.
Our customers that visit Colombia. It's amazing.
I know. I love Colombian sushi. I've never, it's got the mango on top. It's so good, and fried octopus is amazing. All right, but have you had linguine? I've never had linguine. I don't even know if it's good. Like, is it the thin? I don't know. Is it the thin?
The thin.
I've never had that. Yeah, but it's pasta.
Yeah,
so
it's really not more about the pasta, but the actual sauce.
The sauce. It's really the sauce game. Are you white sauce or a red sauce guy? White sauce or red sauce?
Right. The Italians will know that it depends. It's all about the sauce. Pasta is just pasta, but
I'm a white sauce guy. I'm an Alfredo sauce kind of guy. That's
really?
I go that direction. Yeah, red sauce to me, I don't know. It's just boring. I like the white sauce. I don't know. I'm not sure why. It's Alfredo. Dipping in bread. I don't know. Anyway, it's good. Okay. Last little fun section we have. We have the random question of the day. We've been doing this for a while now. This question is so random, Robert, that I have no idea what it is. I haven't seen it yet. You haven't seen it. Our producer gets
Okay.
to do it every week. I don't know if it's going to be funny or serious, if it's going to be good or just a terrible question. I have no idea. So let's go ahead and throw it up there. The random question of the day is, have you ever pulled out a tooth just to get money from the tooth fairy? Oh, we're going way back. Okay. So let's go back to childhood, hopefully. Did you ever pull out a
I
tooth
did.
just to get money from the tooth fairy?
I did. I
You
actually
did.
did.
You did. You're an entrepreneur.
My
You're,
brother did it for me,
you're like,
but
wait, this is
I
worth
couldn't
something?
wait for it to fall on its own. Yeah, I couldn't wait for it to fall on its own. So my brother did the whole thing and yanked it out. But yeah, I actually did that.
Okay. I
I
didn't
always
do that
loved
for
money, so
money. Yeah. I didn't actually do it for money one time, but I want to ask a question. How old were you when you lost your first tooth? Do you remember?
oh, I don't remember.
Okay. I was
Do
9. I was
you?
very late. I was 9. I was late. I was in fourth
9.
grade. Fourth grade.
Oh
Yeah. Very
wow.
late. Very late. Kept the teeth for a long time. In fact, I still have 2 baby teeth. It's kind of weird. My genetics
Well,
are
yeah.
just all screwed up. But I was 9 when I lost my first tooth. But I did not. We were pretty poor as a kid. There was no tooth fairy when I was growing up, so I never pulled teeth for money. It just didn't happen, unfortunately. I didn't learn about the tooth fairy till I got a little older, and kids were bringing in quarters or dimes at that time, whatever it was for teeth. I'm like, what?
Yeah, definitely
So
9
yeah,
years. 9 years is late for sure.
yeah. I was old, and Naomi, my youngest, Naomi, she was 8, so she got my genetics. It
Oh
wasn't,
really?
it's unfortunate for them, but and they're missing some teeth. We went to the dentist. It is what it is, Robert. It's just the way it
It
goes.
happens.
Can't do
It
much about that.
happens.
All right, so real quick as we finish here, what is on the horizon for Lean? Obviously, you're going to open up in Mexico. You mentioned that. What else are you guys working on? What do you got going on? Some good stuff. The Alliance. Go ahead, talk about that. Whatever else.
The Alliance, Lean Alliance is our one of our biggest things that we're doing now. It's taking technology that's out there and kind of put it together on a Lean Alliance platform, so our clients can choose and pick a product. But we're also doing stuff internally where we're building products for our clients. So anything to do with when we see in the back office something that needs or could add some technology, we're building those products. And I think that's where we're taking this slowly, right? So you get the perfect combination of technology and the staffing. And I think that's where we're going with this. And our Lean Alliance will be a big one. So we're putting a lot of our efforts behind that.
Yeah, and it's really a natural extension of what you guys do with clients. That's building great relationships and finding out what they need. And sometimes it's partnering with a company that can do that more specifically than what you guys are doing. And sometimes it's building it internally. So I love that you guys are all about trying to find great partners to resource for your
Correct.
clients and make that happen, which is awesome. So kudos to you, man. I'm so excited for you guys. You've done a tremendous
Appreciate
job.
it,
And
Trey.
again, I just appreciate your friendship and your support. It's meant a lot to me over the years, man.
Same here, my man. Same here.
Well, I hope you'll come back
And
and
I
see us
appreciate
soon.
you inviting me.
Well, yeah,
Will
absolutely.
do.
Great having you on the show, man. I hope you come back and see us soon. And for everybody watching, thanks for being in the comments. We appreciate that. Make sure that you come back tomorrow for episode 142 with Kyle Provost. We're going to have a great episode tomorrow. And make sure if you're not following Robert Cadena on LinkedIn that you do that. Check out what they got going on over there. And we will see all of you guys tomorrow for Finish Strong Friday. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate it, man. We'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks a lot, Trey. Appreciate it.